Welcome everybody to the K&B Music Den. Again, I'm Brad, and you are
Bill Keith.
Yeah. Well, you're always Keith, but yeah, I mean,
Ah,
I'm roping you
was
into
your
something
thing.
today. Yeah, we were
You're always
discussing
Brad. I
this.
didn't want to steal from you.
Yeah, that's true. I'm bringing this in today, an idea that I had. It's not really an idea. And as we all are as music, fans and idiots, we all grew up, and there was a starting point for all of us.
Yep.
I remember me, I had a little tower, that had like 8 CDs stuffed in it. That was my little start,
Yeah.
So I was thinking back to the first 5 I ever bought, and I actually just wrote them down because I was like, "What did I buy? What was my first buys?" And I look back. Bush 16 Stone was one of the first ones I bought.
Wow.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Better Than Ezra Deluxe.
Yes.
I mean, that's a good one, right?
Yeah.
Sponge Rotting Pinata.
Okay. I've got them all so far.
Foo Fighters, their debut album.
Yep. Self-titled.
And then the one that always, there's certain memories you have in your head is that when you die, you're going to go, that was a memory I want to set aside, was me buying Smashing Pumpkins, Mellon, Collie, and the Infinite Sadness.
Oh.
I wasn't 14 yet. I was still 13 when that album was coming out. And I had seen the double disc version sitting at my local video store for a ridiculous amount of money. But at that time, I didn't drive. The only way I can get to a store all the way up to the mall was to have someone drive me up there. So I went home, got my money, and I bike rode 8 miles back into town, bought that double disc, put it in a bag, and rode 8 miles home to listen to it. And I consider that like one of the biggest moments of my like music fandom. And I always told myself, man, I got to get that on vinyl. I have to get that on vinyl. Just because it completes. It's like a cycle.
Yeah.
So good old Tom at Tom's Record, shout out.
Yes.
Helped me out. And I finally got the Behemoth on vinyl.
Oh, man. You know what's crazy about this whole thing?
What's that?
I saw him post the other day that he had some, and he said they're here till they're gone. And I almost texted you.
I texted him right away.
Yeah.
So I picked it up the other day. So I figured I'm going to open it up and get nostalgic looking at it real quick.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell us why I'm doing that? Was there certain albums that stuck out to you, early ones that you bought?
Yeah, well, I'm a little bit older than you, as we've discussed. Wow. Yeah, it's like, it reminds you of the little booklet in the double CD, but it's like
a monster.
So much better. Oh, dude.
Huge.
Show the folks a couple pages there.
Look at that thing, man. It's look, I can barely hold it. It's too big for my small hands.
Yeah, well, we got song lyrics, little drawings there.
Oh yeah,
dude, what a colossal experience listening to that album is.
It was life changing at the time.
Yeah, absolutely. But back to your question to me. What was one of the things that was real big for me when I was growing up? I remember, obviously Michael Jackson.
I do know that was a big one for you.
Yeah. Now, Def Leppard, dude.
Oh yeah.
What
are you wearing right now?
Oh, I did.
I thought I'd seen that on.
I didn't even think of that when I said that. But Def Leppard was a massive thing for me growing up, and my buddies I was growing up in New Jersey before we moved up here in middle school to Lancaster, Pennsylvania area. There she is.
Oh, more. I don't know if this is a story or a book.
Wow. Yeah, the other one seemed to be lyrics, so this
one's more of a story.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess the making of the album. Yeah, that's fantastic. Great photos. Man. Yeah, I had to share it with you. I was so excited. I was like, I can't look at it until I show Keith.
Dude, I am jealous. Another one that was big for me. I'm growing up, Prince, by the way. But let me ask you, my friend, if you can see there, is this just I don't say just but just the 2 discs of songs on vinyl? Or are there extra songs or, any bonus tracks or live tracks?
I think this is all. Yeah, no, this is just the album, but it's on 4 vinyls.
Exactly.
So, yes. It's huge.
Yeah.
But I said it was one of those things I was like, it was one of the first things I remember ever buying musically. And I remember sitting on my floor going through the booklet and listening to it. And I was getting ready to turn 14 and I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
I have to have it on vinyl. I have to.
That's awesome. Well, it's interesting because, like I said, I saw him post that. And it's Tom's Music Trade in Red Lion, PA, by the way, if you guys are ever in York County area. in Pennsylvania. It's so worth it. Even if you're not, it's worth a trip. I mean, it's an amazing store.
Yes.
And Tom's such a great guy.
He is.
But yeah, man, it's interesting to me too that the 5 that you mentioned, I have all of them on CD, but none of them on vinyl.
Yeah, and I don't have any of them on vinyl either, except for this one now.
Yeah,
so I got to go back and start trading. But I was wondering, I was like, is there any of those albums that were just special to you that you don't own on vinyl, or like that you don't have?
Yeah, I'd have to think a little more about that. I mean, all the big, the really big ones for me growing up, I'm pretty confident to say I do have on vinyl.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely on CD if not, but most of them I should have on vinyl. A lot of them I have on both formats, which is kind of silly. I guess.
No, I mean, I know what you mean though.
Yeah. But as you know, I am doing a purge soon, so
you are.
Yeah. So that's it's bittersweet, but things are selling pretty well now, so I want to get in while the getting's good.
You're going all CD and I'm going all vinyl, so this is You're smarter than I am. That's cheaper.
Well, now, listen, I don't want to mislead the people. I'm not going all CD.
Okay.
I'm shrinking my vinyl collection.
Okay.
My philosophy basically is, if there's a band that I like but are not like among my top bands.
Yeah.
I'll keep my favorite album by them. Let's say I have 4 or 5 of theirs on vinyl. A great example that I've been giving everybody lately is Foreigner. I love Foreigner. It's a great band. But I'm going to keep the debut album.
Okay.
And I'm going to sell the rest. I have like 4 or 5 of the other ones. And I'm going to sell off the rest because, I mean, the reality is if I want to listen to any of the other ones, I do have them on my phone. I have a Bluetooth through my big stereo where my turntable and player is. So
this seems like a hard thing to do, though. Like, which Tom Petty do you keep?
Well, see, there are artists that I'm going to keep more than just one.
These rules are bending a lot, it sounds like.
They are.
Okay.
Well,
these are very strong rules.
Let me ask you, off the top of your head, what do you think are some of the ones where I'm going to keep a lot, or if not all the ones I already have? There's Petty, obviously.
You're going to have Petty, you're going to have the Beatles.
Yeah.
I think a dark horse that you'll keep more is probably Elvis Costello.
You are somewhat correct about that. Yeah.
Are you're going to keep one Costello?
I am selling some of the Costello that I had on. I have on CD.
Okay.
I had CD and vinyl, so I'm going to sell the vinyl because it's I can get more. Like for example, it kind of hurts to do this, but he had an album, as you know, I'm sure, called Blood and Chocolate.
Yeah.
That I got on vinyl, but I have the CD, and the CD actually has bonus tracks.
Okay.
So I'm just like, I'm sure somebody will want that for like $25-$30 maybe. So
yeah,
that's kind of how I'm looking at it. But
anyway,
but yeah, dude, I am.
Yeah, I just had to share. I was excited. It came full circle. I was like, I finally have this behemoth that I can listen to now.
Well, dude, that's an awesome moment. I'm glad you shared it with all of us. And I tell you what, my opinion, for what it's worth, is that you should, if you don't own a bicycle now, I think you should borrow one. I think you should put that vinyl box set in your backpack or bag and drive 8 miles for me.
Oh, man. I don't think I can go a half a mile anymore. I haven't been on a bike, and that might have been the last time. I don't know.
Well, don't do it tonight because we got a lot of rain in the area.
We did, yeah. So I'll avoid that.
Yeah. Hey, man, cool idea. Smashing Pumpkins fans, I'm sure will appreciate this. And just, it's just not even just about just the Pumpkins and that album, but just that nostalgia trip.
The nostalgia. Really... Yep, exactly.
So, cool, man.
All right, everybody.
Well, yeah, I guess we'll wrap this one up here. This is fun, and I'll have to think of something cool and creative to throw your way. Surprise you.
Sounds good. Look forward to that.
All right, guys, you know the spiel. For Brad, I'm Keith, KMB Music Den. Please like this video, share it on social media, subscribe to the channel, smash the bell for notifications, and we will see you with more content real soon. Thanks, Brad.
Yep.